Colonial settlement refers to the establishment and growth of colonies by European powers in various parts of the world during the age of exploration and subsequent centuries. These colonies played a significant role in shaping the course of history, culture, and economies in both the colonizing countries and the regions they settled in. Here's a detailed breakdown of colonial settlement. Motivations for colonial settlement. Economic gain. European powers sought to exploit the abundant resources of newly discovered lands, such as precious metals, spices, timber, and agricultural products. Trade routes. Establishing colonies allowed European nations to create trade routes and establish a direct link to valuable markets. Religious and political reasons. Some colonies were established for religious freedom or to spread the influence of the colonizing nation's political and religious ideologies. Competition, rivalry between European powers drove them to establish colonies as a means of asserting dominance and control. Early colonial settlements. Spanish colonization. Spain was one of the earliest and most extensive colonizers, establishing colonies in the Americas, including present-day Mexico, Central and South America. Spanish colonies aimed to extract wealth, establish control, and spread Catholicism. Portuguese colonization. Portugal focused on trading posts and colonies in Africa, Asia, and Brazil. They established a vast maritime empire, including Brazil in South America. Dutch and French colonies. The Dutch and the French established colonies primarily for trade purposes, including the Dutch East India Company's control over Indonesia and the French presence in North America, Africa, and Southeast Asia. English colonial settlements. New England colonies. Settlements in the northeastern part of North America, such as Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and New Hampshire, were established by Puritans seeking religious freedom. Southern colonies. Colonies like Virginia, Maryland, North and South Carolina, and Georgia were primarily focused on agriculture, cultivating crops like tobacco, rice, and indigo using enslaved labor. Mid-Atlantic colonies. New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware were known for their diverse populations, religious tolerance, and trade-based economies. Impacts of colonial settlement. Cultural exchange. Colonial settlements led to the exchange of cultures, languages, foods, and technologies between the colonizers and the indigenous populations. Economic exploitation. The wealth generated from colonies played a significant role in fueling the Industrial Revolution in Europe. Colonialism and imperialism. Colonial settlement laid the foundation for the larger systems of colonialism and imperialism, where powerful nations exerted control over less developed regions. Consequences and legacy. Cultural mixing. Colonial settlement led to the blending of European, indigenous, and African cultures, resulting in unique, hybrid cultures in various regions. Social inequality. The exploitation of indigenous populations and the use of enslaved labor contributed to social inequality that persists in some areas even today. National identities. Many former colonies gained independence, shaping their own national identities and political systems. End of colonial era. The 19th and 20th centuries saw a wave of decolonization as colonies gained independence, often through struggles and movements against colonial rule.